Robble. Here it is, the final part of the final trial and the final day of Phoenix Wright Rise from the Ashes, the 5th case in the first game of the series.
Will the defendant, Mr. Lana Star, please take to the stand?
You better fucking go cough up Queen on us, because we want all the info. Mr. Lana Star, you're the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what's required of you. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done in the past 2 years.
Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Sky. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth.
Yeah,
of course.
bitch.
The truth.
Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister!
She's still all shut up.
Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Gant.
Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motive was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma.
Are you sure about this testimony?
Your Honor, I'm confessing to capital offense. Of course I'm sure.
But Lana!
If this is true, that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this.
That's what I've been telling you with you from the beginning.
Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me.
But what if she's telling the truth?
She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's holding something inside, hiding. Deep down, she's screaming in agony.
Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself. Alright, so I may begin the cross-examination. I worked alongside Gant for years. Why am I... How many years? Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, 24 then. That would be about 5 years. Detectives Gant and legendary partners.
Personally saw to them testify in numerous cases.
She must have been good coming from the same school as Mia. Damon Gant was a respectable detective. That's why. There's truth to this no truth to the blackmail theory. But think about it, Miss Sky. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is useless as idle gossip.
Fuck!
I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. That might be the one. Did you do so with the help of your sister? Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. But what she did was justifiable self-defense! She wouldn't have been charged with anything! That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. Fuck you.
Pretty sure it is.
Fuck off.
So I'm pretty sure.
That's why I couldn't forgive him.
Lana!
So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago?
When I found the prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. That might be... You might be right, Becky. Maybe we can say that she couldn't have moved it all by herself. I don't know. You say you did this all by yourself? Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems that was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife stuck in the victim's body. What?! Wait.
What?
But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed as possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change the statement. Do you mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Doc? Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Doc was carrying a switchblade knife! Oh. That was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. Fuck. Wait. The tip. That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her... She doesn't know that the tip was missing or something?
Watch this to protect me.
So, when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to.
Yes. I broke off the tip of... Oh. Planted it inside the wound. Oh. And then moved the body.
No, you didn't.
You goddamn liar. You planted the tip of the knife in the...
Then you moved the body?
But why? Why would you do that? You of all people should know, Mr. Edgeworth. You've always had such a good head on your shoulders. My hand isn't that bad, but I ought to be able to ask for the sake of others. Why did you plant the... Phoenix is fooling himself with that statement in his head. He's trying to convince himself that he's not stupid. Why did you move the body? Why did you plant the knife? I think I want to know more why she moved the body.
Yeah.
Oh, so it doesn't look like it was stabbed by the... Alright, so why'd you plant the knife? So it looks like it was stabbed by the knife. So this is easy.
Very well, let's add this to the witness's testimony. The reason Mrs. Sky had fabricated the knife.
I knew the tip of the weapon found buried in his body would be all the proof that we needed. Shit. According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marsh's broken knife and the murder weapon was the murder weapon, right? Yes, and leaving that might point the blame away from Dark. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted would be to have the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body.
So you buried it inside the victim's stab wound? Can you give me details?
Yes, because I hated Dark for what he did. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. I had nothing to do with Emma. So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't keep her from being the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence?
She's lying. She did it so that I wouldn't be blamed for what happened.
In any case,
Pardon me.
as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do but make up for my actions.
Mr. Wright, my sister's lying.
Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists on fabricated evidence all by herself.
There's no way she could have done it alone.
I've got to get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. Alright, so where is it?
Broke off the tip. We haven't pressed the last one then, right? Or have we? Did we press this one?
Wait a second. Could we present the piece of cloth to this?
Yeah. We haven't presented the cloth yet. Do you want to save?
No.
Okay, let's go.
Uh-oh. What do you think about the witness's statement?
I'm not sure I follow.
It clearly Oh, fuck me. Alright. Maybe ahead of everything. Maybe it is about moving the body.
Broke off the tip, then moved the body.
This here is one of those dialogue options that lets you, if you press it, see, watch this. I can change what she says after this in her testimony based on what I ask her about.
Oh, right.
So if I go this,
That's the one you did before, wasn't it? Oh, no.
No.
You did, yeah.
now, my chief count's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Oh wait, she's saying that never stabbed. We didn't do that earlier because I said that she moved it because she didn't want to make it look like it was... Oh wait, I don't know.
Wait, she said he got stabbed with the
Thing, not
thing,
the
not
statue.
with the knife.
Let's have
From
the
the
witness
statue.
explain this.
Yeah.
But we have a knife from the SL9 incident that they say he got stabbed with. Wait, let me explain that.
It's okay. Well, it'll probably be easier. I don't know what I'm doing right now either. I just called you stupid. I'm sorry.
You call me stupid.
Well, I said I don't know what I'm doing either. So it's implying that you don't know what you're doing.
I didn't.
The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events shattered my plan. Maybe this is what we need. See, that made her say that now. Pieces of jar. You mean... Yes, that wretched Mr. Wright jar Mr. Wright showed us earlier, in order to show that Drake committed the crime. Dark. I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you found the body in the jar already, of course, it had been shattered into pieces. If you look at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Uh-huh. Neil Marshall was dead and Drake was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during the struggle.
I see.
What's the matter, Emma?
Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that.
There must be a contradiction here somewhere.
How could he have
They've
written
written
a
on
name
it.
on it if it was already shattered?
Good job. All right, we'll contradict with that then. Okay, there you go. Good job. You can't write on a jar that's shattered already. So he was killed before the jar was shattered, which means he was killed before Emma saw it thrown into the air. I don't understand that.
I don't.
How did he write on it in blood before there was a struggle that she saw with it in the air? Whatever, we'll keep going. That's it. Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister.
You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered?
If the truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been useless. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. Say I have to check something. Want to make sure that I have space on the hard drive because I didn't expect the show to... Yeah, okay. Good. A contradiction in my testimony. You testified, and I quote, the pieces of the jar that shattered during the thing... yeah,
Right.
that's right.
Do you have a problem with that?
It's a simple oversight, really. You see, the message that was written on the jar with the victim's blood, yes, the prosecutor must have written in his final moments. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write the message on the jar, it must not have been able to be broken before he died. Ah! He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar! Unless he put it together first, wrote the name, then shattered it again. No Beck dance? Oh, they wanted your dance because you came up with that.
Oh.
Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and the bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something's critical. Chief Prosecutor, seems you're in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we are headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece it together and the information and arrive at the truth.
Yeah, bitch. Tell the truth.
Yeah. Very well, the witness may now continue her testimony.
Jar and message in blood. I immediately noticed the traces of blood on the jar, but it was in a dark room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were so large that I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered.
You mean you're the one who wiped away all this message in blood?
I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time.
She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence.
Oh, so it's gonna turn out, in the end, Emma didn't even accidentally kill him. The jar, so the stabbing happened way before this. So who did she see fighting each other? Gant killing
and Marshall.
Well,
Wait, no, the stabbing.
No, what I'm guessing is that Gant killed Dark. Oh wait, no, but then Dark's
not
Gant said he
dead
went-
here in this situation.
split up.
It's only Marshall.
I'm just saying, isn't it possible? Oh wait, maybe Dark.
Dark got sentenced later. Nobody killed him on that day.
Maybe Dark won the initial fight. Dark killed Marshall. Gant came in first before Lana got there. And smashed the jar, which had already been written on by the victim, because he'd already died with his dying breath. Had a struggle with Dark, and the jar flew up in the air, smashed him on the head, and put him unconscious.
And then Gant ran away.
And then Gant stood there saying, "Look what I found. Your sister killed him.
Oh,
We've got
what a
to-
dick.
We've got to." Let's see. I don't know. Emma knocked someone out. She still could have knocked down, like, she saw the two people. It was Gant and Dark, but she pushed one of them. I don't know. Alright, let's see. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. Oh, oops. So the jar was already broken. It's a miracle that the thing hadn't broken earlier.
It certainly looks like a feeble as the defense's case.
Fuck off! But not as feeble as the judge's judgment!
Oh!
Why doesn't he have the guts to say that out loud? You were the ace detective that never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe that you didn't investigate what was written on the jar in pieces? Normally I would have. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I wouldn't have gathered all the pieces, ground them into dust.
Yeah.
Well, that helps my case.
Lana, you do that for me?
Seems you two might make up yet. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If something happened up on the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I'd destroyed the evidence before anyone came.
This is rather shocking.
To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large,
Shouldn't
so...
we push on that one?
Oops, yeah. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened.
Huh? What do you mean?
If you really thought Dark Marshall was the prosecutor,
Killed
you wouldn't have
Marshall.
wiped away the blood. What else could I have done in that situation?
Lana.
I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. The fragments were large, so I sure to got them all. But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office. The detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I could always carry a pocket light with a camera with me.
Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go.
I never miss anything. I got every last piece. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. So, you illegally rearranged the crime scene. Yes, I don't have any excuses for my actions.
I'm so sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I've treated you so badly all this time.
It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident.
No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecutor's office.
More contradictions have been surfaced in her testimony.
Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. There's only one possibility that might turn everything around. Immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. It was dark, didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. Fragments were so large, I'm sure I got them all.
But she didn't get them.
She didn't get them all.
Yeah, so, do I just present the jar?
I guess so.
Because one was missing.
Yeah.
Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? We found a final piece of the jar in the Chief Gaunt's safe. You know, the piece that wasn't admissible before because Gaunt said that it hadn't been approved by the police department and it was
Actually,
found...
that was the reg.
Oh. No, that was that too.
Okay.
Said both.
Oh, okay.
That, the rag, and the list of evidence that we said we found in his office
Oh.
was inadmissible because it hadn't been approved as according to evidence law. But now it's going to be admissible. In the chief's safe, but how? I knew it. She really didn't know. But maybe it doesn't need to be admissible. Maybe we only need to, like, force her to...
We just need the truth, man.
It was the jar of truth. Rule 2. It's admissible if it's relevant to the case. I don't know. Anyways, there's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it.
But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped away the blood off them.
Nuh-uh.
I'm inclined to believe her.
Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. Also, I'm still saying, didn't the jar originally have little drops of blood on it?
It did.
She said she got every last piece and wiped it all off.
Yeah. Let's overlook that.
On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. I don't know if I have enough energy for this.
Rubber. He's not gonna save, guys.
But couldn't the defendant simply have missed a piece?
I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
Ooh,
That
it's
may
like a
well
name.
be. But everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Ha! Can you believe that?
He was interrupted. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken.
Oh, that!
There's no way a name could have been written on that shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness.
I hope you're not implying this person.
We are.
Chief Gunn. All the time. At the time, he was looking for Doc downstairs besides. Even if he was there. Oh, shit.
Why would he break the jar?
Why would he break the jar?
The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide the fact for 2 years? He was just saying nothing. Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that?
You're getting a little smarmy.
No!
Rubber.
Why is the judge on trial now?
Wait, I'm not the one on trial here.
Damon Gaunt arrived at the scene prior to the witness.
You are such a smarty face.
He proceeded to break the jar and purposefully hide one of the broken pieces. Question. What is the action called? Fabrication.
Oh, but why would God do that?
In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear?
What happened afterwards?
Discovering the scene, Lana Star believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gaunt's aid. Lending her his aid, Gaunt helped her create the evidence that incriminated Doc, sparing Emma. And here is the reason. The reason why Miss Sky became Chief's puppet. Oh, she's bitter.
Yeah.
She bled. No, I did it on my own.
Please, Jess, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake.
No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up all the most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client.
I guess you seem to be the type that like to twist the truth.
Oh my God!
Wait a minute. Oh, we can't win. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap?
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
Lana might be right after all. What do you mean, right? I mean, that's weird coming from him.
So, you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright?
Miss Sky, please testify once more. But if evidence is fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie!
I remember knocking you over, Mr. Marshall.
Miss Sky, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth.
Let's go, bitch.
Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Phoenix has an aneurysm from stress.
The witness may now testify for the final time.
Here we go. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor's sword. Emma and Dark were lying on the floor unconscious on the floor nearby.
Okay.
When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Okay, she must be telling the truth now, because she's starting to...
Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor's sword.
You weren't the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? To me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. I don't remember receiving a picture like that.
Looked in your book.
Anna must have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have faith in you.
What?
Very well. Present this picture.
She's only given us one thing today, right?
Yeah, wasn't it the book?
But it wasn't this morning.
Yeah, it was.
Was it this morning? It was during the trial, which I would... Did the trial start in the morning?
I'm sure it did. It's like noon now, I think.
Okay. Alright then.
This picture?
I don't remember receiving pictures from Lana.
Anna said she gave it to you this morning, right?
I seem to remember getting something for her then.
Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere.
What is on the front?
A duck
A duck solving crimes. A detective duck.
with a pipe.
With a pipe.
And a Sherlock Holmes hat.
Yes.
Wow.
Evidence
Detective
log.
duck.
What's on the back?
Yeah. Unless this was the crime scene.
The duck with the crutch.
Examine.
Where was the examine?
On the back there.
Uh-oh.
Nudie pic. Nudie pic.
Oh, no.
It's not a nudie.
No, it wasn't a nudie pic.
Oh, hey, there's a picture here. Wow. That would have been nice to have at the beginning of the trial.
Oh my.
All right, we'll be back to check out this grisly piece of
Get all
evidence
these done
after
with
this. Yeah, stay tuned.